So welcome back to me, welcome back to Thailand. True Blue Thai here from Thailand. I hope you're doing well. It is one put here in Thailand, which is Wednesday. And so for instance, about mid-morning here in Thailand. And I don't get any more beautiful following Manchester City. I really don't. The game started at 2:30 in the morning. For me, I was up about 2, and I didn't get to bed until about 5 a.m. and then for instance we were woken up, bang bang bang, cock 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 on the door by one of our family, so I was hoping to sleep until at least 8-9 o'clock, etc., but that was about 7 o'clock, so I've had a few hours sleep and that's about it. Because I was, and again, for instance, I could have gone to sleep a bit earlier, but my mind was just exploding. So, for instance, and I couldn't sleep, etc., because I was so, stressed, as it were. So, for instance, it's just, I just can't believe it at all. What a game! Well, guys, what a game! What an absolute game! City 5 of Fulham 4. You just can't make it up, can you? Really? And I was so shocked and surprised by the final scoreline. Was holding on. And for instance, there's going to be a lot of questions asked about Man City and everything, and from 5-1 up, for instance, and to 4-3. The thing is, again, for instance, we've got to basically look into the whole, the context really, more than anything else. Let's just break it down a little bit. Let's just kind of say, okay, all right, fine, 5-4 from 5-1 up, etc. to 5-4. Okay, it doesn't look good, etc. Right, especially if you're going to win the league. But let's just break it down a little bit. I was actually just looking at City Extra just a while ago, and in 2023, we played against Spurs, and we played at home, and it was 3-3. So for instance, and it was the kind of game, etc. It's like, and someone said last week about last season, etc. It was the kind of games we would probably end up in a draw, even though the last two games would look like it could have been a draw. The mere fact that we've won them both, and then again, for instance, with our away record at the moment this season, we've got to look at the price. So the pluses there, the fact we've gone away and scored 5 goals. Right, okay, there's the pluses. Pluses are Phil Foden is wants to go way back and forth. That's 2 matches, etc. He's been player of the match, and I was watching him, etc. And he was just brilliant. He wasn't just helping out in the front, etc. Whenever there was an incident in the second half, etc. Was it first half? Yeah, second half. And when he went back, etc. to help because he was sat in the corner and we couldn't get out of the corner. And he went back, etc. And they were playing it between each other, and because there's interference, the ball ended up in the midfield, etc., and then went up for a chance for City. And so he's on all other plays, just brilliant. He's just going over there and to say, give me the ball, whatever, and he's just and he's doing brilliant. He really is. So Phil Foden is back and scoring, etc. Haaland scored 1 with other goal kick. We had players, for instance, who also chip in as well, which is something we won. We won away. We're 2 points behind Arsenal. For instance, we may not be perfect, but we're still there. For that, we've got to be pleased. The mere fact that we conceded 4 goals, and again, for instance, there were 4 decent shots, and it weren't the fact that there were, for instance, scrappy goals, etc. Their goals, etc. I thought the third goal, was it a third goal? Yeah, third goal was offside, regardless of it was twice offside. First one was a bit close, etc. But second one was blatantly offside for me. But again, we didn't get that. But I think overall, we can be sat there and say that we're pleased. Tijjani has scored, good. Phil Foden scored, 2 again, man of the match. Erling Haaland broke his 100. We've won away, 2 points behind Arsenal. We're in there, for instance. Again, for instance, and if you want to win the league, etc., this is what we're doing. Is there questions to be asked? Yeah. Questions for Pep? Yes. What are you doing putting Savino on? Again, for instance, they're trying to get this guy to play football. But also you've got to look at, for instance, his substitutions. Why we're not going to bring on Kuzinov? How come he didn't change it earlier? What about Mamouche? How come he's definitely not definitely not player of the month at the moment? How come? So you've got those things to look at. So I think overall, etc., there is, again, for instance, questions And so they need to be asked about Manchester City and Manchester City, for instance, going forward, etc. But again, we're still winning, and again, for instance, it would be, the London-based, Southern-based biased media who were chipping on because I was listening to them in the beginning, etc. of the game, and all they were talking about how the fact that Fulham played later than Manchester City, so that might have a detrimental effect on their tiredness, their mental well-being. So Fulham, okay, fine. And then of course we're going to be listening. I was listening to Sports Bar for a little while, etc., until I did fall asleep. For instance, we're getting slagged off from there. What was the name? Like ESPN. For instance, they're having a go. So we can pull ourselves to pieces, etc., and say la la la, but at the end of the day, because the media, Southern-based biased media will definitely have a go over some way. Oh, Man City are conceding, la 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 la. I haven't seen Saeed's reaction at the moment, but I'm damn certain, etc., he'll be, Man City got away with one there, just like the game against Leeds. The thing is, and people say, and I got, it could have been, it should have been a draw. Well, no, I'm sorry, it shouldn't have been, because Man City were the better team. And regardless, we scored more goals. We've gone over to your gaff and scored 5 goals. For instance, and so and even though you played well in the second half, and you can Fulham fans were cheering the players off, etc. They didn't come back. They still lost. They still conceded 5 goals at home. And they can sit there and well done, but they still lost. At the end of the day, they still lost. They still lost at home. Fans conceded 5 goals, and so they can be proud of their commitment to bring it back. But again, this Fulham still lost, and the Southern-based South-made media regardless of what they're saying, they still lost, conceded 5 goals at home, and lost the game. So you come out with nada. Whatever, a bit of self-respect, should I say? And it should have been, it could have been, it could have been, it should have been, could have, should have, would have, blah, crap. But at the end of the day, it didn't, and Manchester City come away with the points. And so you can talk about me being a happy clapper, but that is the facts and the remainings. Man City won the game, got over to Fulham, scored 5 goals, which is pretty impressive regardless. Spurs only scored 1, that was at home against them, etc. For instance, so Manchester City we've got more pluses and minuses in the game, etc. And the mere fact that Sunderland's going to be a toughie. So but it is at the Etihad, so we'll see how that works out. But at the end of the day, I'm waking up this morning knowing that my team has put the pressure back on Arsenal, and Arsenal then got to come out and and show a bit of win the game. Because again, for instance, regardless of how the Southern-based biased media is actually going to say it, they're going to put it together. The fact that Man City won, and we're 2 points behind Arsenal, and we continue winning, and we continue chopping away there. At Arsenal's, they were 5 points clear or something like that. 7 points, a while ago. For instance, now it's down to 2. Okay, so it'd be back to 5, etc. But again, it's like when you got someone like Man City on your tail, you never know. So but there is questions to be asked. Of course, there is. For Pep, substitutions, tiredness, etc. Blah blah blah. But again, for instance, I'm sure hopefully, for instance, we'll do that over the next few days before we play Sunderland. And but I know Sunderland certainly won't be looking forward to come to the Etihad without a shadow of a doubt. And I don't think many will. I think people will come and try and have a go at Man City. But again, for instance, if we continue scoring where we're doing, etc., league's top scorers, and a shame it's only by 1 extra now, but again, with Phil Foden and Erling Haaland now, really leading the line at the moment, etc. For instance, it's mega important. Anyway, so let's have a look at the stats. Okay, so let's look at the lineup first, as we usually do. Donnarumma in goal, Matheus Nunes, Ruben Dias, Nicolas O'Reilly, Josko O'Reilly. It's basically same old. Turn around us, Turkey came on the 82nd minute, Cottage come on early, got a yellow card, ridiculous. Silva, Nico Gonzalez, John Stone came on the 64th minute. I thought we lost a bit of momentum, etc. in the midfield when it came on. John Stone, I didn't get that substitution to a point. Jerry Doku, Sabinho came on the 60th 54th minute, I don't get that one as well, apart from the fact that they're trying to promote Tijjani. Phil Foden, Nathan Ake, goal came on the 97th minute. Should have come in a bit early, really. What's the goal to? Right, substitution: Savino, James Trafford, Cousinov. We should have come in at Milmouche. We should have brought in John Stones, Ryan Ignore. I thought Lewis said he looked a bit tired. O'Reilly, sorry. Nathan Ake, Churkit, and Lewis. So but the stats. They were 57%, Man City 43% off target. They only 3 shots off target. Man City have 5 shots off target. They have 6 shots on target. Man City have 4 shots on target. So it was good. So I know the Doku's goal was given to as an own goal. So let's have a look. A quite remarkable 5-4 win to City at Fulham. So City moved within 2 points of leaders Arsenal on an unforgettable night that also saw Erling Haaland join the Premier League's 100 club and Phil Foden backed another brilliant brace. Haaland's brilliant 16th minute opener at the Cottage saw the Norwegian also twice struck the post, becoming the quickest player in the Premier League history to achieve the feature. The 25-year-old March reaching a 3-year mark in just 111 games. Amazing, absolutely fantastic. I heard ESPN guy, the Scouser, he was saying, if Alan Shearer would have been in Manchester City, he probably would have achieved it. Saying, you just total disrespect. We are actually in the presence having the best striker in the world at the playing for the Premier League, etc., and we're still slagging him off. Pep Guardiola sides in Simpson's first half performance, Tijjani around 37, Foden 44, extended his lead before Emil Smith Rowe first half injury time heading out of the deficit. Great header, by him, etc. For instance, I thought he was their best player apart from Jimenez. However, Foden struck the sun after the restart and claimed the second successive brace. With Dermot Docky would deflected the striker off Sandra Berg to making it 5-5 on 54 minutes. You think, happy days, okay. So are we getting 6? After 5-1, then it should have been that. Instead, Fulham now are back, staggering grand final finish, which served as the most remarkable Premier League game for years. It is what's variable goal. Alex Iwobi goal back from Fulham in the 54th minute. Substitutes Simon Chukwueze struck on the 72nd, 78th minute to let up a finally nervous final. However, City held on to Jasko Goelio clean off the line. Just scored and he cleared off the line. Jasko on the 96th minute with the Sony victories. Guardiola men narrowing the gap on Arsenal 2 points through the Gunners having the game in hand. Okay. The game summary. City had, as they did at the weekend, made an explosive start and only a whip of a post denied Haaland. Yeah, could have had a hat-trick. Haaland had, I think that's what he says in his pre-match as well. So I could have had a hat-trick. So for instance, I latched onto a delightful Foden press. Foden pinpoint ball again, split the ball, following defence. Apart from putting Haaland in clear. But the shot 15 yards struck the foot of the left post and kind of across the goal line. The safety revealed the host. However, the City's superb early from the big man was not to be denied, and he struck a quite stunning 16th minute to smash home a deserved opening home goal to bring up his century of goals for City. Absolutely fantastic. Well done, Erling. Doku was architected drilling in an biting cross from the left wing. Reinders cleverly dumbed across to let it find Erling Haaland and big man unlashed. A first time cracker jack from a left footed shot from 15 yards out of the Premier League's 100 club. The striker achieved a feat in record time. It wasn't all one-way traffic, however. City were indebted by Donnarumma on the 24th minute when the Italian keeper made a stunning save to get down and low and deny Elmer Smith Rowe an effort on the 12 yard. But the purring City, Haaland demonstrated his all-around qualities, turning provided 8 minutes later from the break as Rangers deservedly doubled blue advantage. Yeah, great put forward from Haaland. Everybody says one trick pony. How the hell you can say that? It was lovely through ball. Was to go to Tijjani Reinders, and Tijjani Reinders calmly just chips it in the ball at the back of the net, etc. Yeah, absolutely fantastic. Well done to Tijjani. Well, nice to see you. You're smiling. You little nod to the side. Haaland definitely put Reinders into after a quite wonderful first half was a further amplified when the 43rd minute when Foden extended his own magnificent form by dispatching a stunning 22-yard effort that further extended the lead. Fulham threw his claim as a foothold back onto the game as Smith Rowe headed home with a fine header from Harry Wilson. Cross in the first half injury time. City through wasting no time in the restart as we extended a 3-goal lead with Foden grabbing a brace for the second of successive game. Really great ball across. I don't know if it was a flick from Arsenal or just a Haaland, but for instance coming over to Foden and he finished from an narrow handle. That's a man playing in confidence. Immobile struck on the 51st minute to bring Fulham back into the gap down to 3 goals, and then the Haaland was denied again by the post again on the 40th minute. That's what I think would have been 6. That would have been the end of it, but still. There's his front pin header clanging back off the woodwork, but Savino's inviting cross. Good cross by Savino. Genius to do more, mate. But out from nowhere, suddenly Fulham's changed with the entire mood of the game. Substitutes Carven fired twice in the 7th minute, but incredibly made it 5-4. It's set a rip-roaring final with 8 minutes added to the tension and unbearable, and Guardiola cleared up the line from King, and thankfully City held on to seal the win. No one will forget. No, absolutely. 26,000. Wow, what a great massive ground. It's the smallest ground in the league as well. Star player Erling Haaland, 1 goal, 2 assists and 2 efforts. That cannot be came back off the rug. After one night when the Norwegian joined the Premier League 100 club, it's a privilege to have a pleasure to watch him in action. Toneful, another landmark from Haaland on the Norwegian joined the Literacy 100 club. He has achieved it 100 feet on 111 games, 13 quicker than the previous record holder Alan Shearer. Absolutely fantastic. Pep's reaction part of it. It was the Premier League, but you can't control the Premier League. You're going. I know you're going to ask what's happened. I don't know what. I don't have the answer. It's the Premier League, right? Football is emotional. This is why we do it. That's why we love it. After the goals, all the goals were bad defending on the edge. Where we went so deep to find these kind of crosses. We had to occupy spaces better, but we made incredibly good things against a low. How difficult that was the team. Scoring the goal was quality we have, and the way we defended. But after Erling Haaland had a chance to make it 6-3, a minute later it was 5-4. Yeah, so there you go. So again, for instance, if the Haaland's chassis would have gone in, it would have been 6-3. And again, for instance, again there were small margins, fine margins. When happened and the question surviving, Haaland's reaction. I think if you sit at home right now, you'll enjoy the game. You think so? No, if you're living in Thailand, etc., and it's 5 in the morning, etc., and you want to sleep, and you're sat there going, "Oh no," again, and I can live with it. What's it going to be lose and I'm awake? But if I got to go to sleep and we lost. I can't sleep. I couldn't sleep last night, this morning. If you're sitting at home, 9 goals in the game is a lot at the end, and we'll all be happy. But it's not the best of the game. To get 100 Premier League games is huge. I'm really proud of goals. I'm really proud of the course, and it's a massive thing. The 100 club is a nice thing to be part of, and I'm happy. I knew about my record, and that's what I was trying to do to help the team scoring goals, and that is my job. What it means, Man City go 2 points behind Arsenal. I've got to play today and see what they do today. And if they lose, we didn't get a point, and they get playing Aston Villa. So there you go. But overall, again, for instance, we can sit there, we can have a go, and let's have a quick look at other things before I go. For the team changing 7, 8, 9 players in 2 transfer windows, it was a question of growing, and that'll be a good lesson for the future. On Tijjani Reinders, this season's Nicolas O'Reilly's the first season playing that position. Matheus Nunes first season playing that position. Nicolas Gonzalez first season playing in that position. Plays a lot. Roger will be back. Cottage will be able to take a while. I know what you're going to ask. What's happening? Blah blah blah. I've already said that. Okay. Special nights on Phil Foden. I told you last week this was this season from the beginning. He's back, and not just for scoring goals. Oscar Bob, leaving Oscar Bob. I was very disappointed for Oscar Bob to be left out twice. It's my decision. Tell me which one I have to leave out. That's why if you don't tell me, I won't tell you. I have to leave one, and it was Oscar. So yeah, sorry for Oscar, I really do. The Premier League is so long, and I promise you, I am the oldest manager in the Premier League. I'm experienced enough to make it long runs to try to fight to win the Premier League. Now we look at Sunderland, and I saw the game against Fulham, and oh my God, now I understand why Sunderland are in the position that they are in. No doubt, they are incredible in what they do. They are tops. So yeah, so again, it's going to be a tough game. Yeah. So, but other than that, again, I'll leave it there. For instance. Again, we could be we're going to be criticising. We have to be criticising of the team, of potential substitutions, and etc. and blah blah blah, and our defending, etc. But at the end of the day, we won the game, and even though it's going to be a great spectacle, and even though we're going to get our haters, at the end of the day, we've won the game, and we're marching on with 2 points behind Arsenal. We're still in the title race, even though people wrote us off so early in the season. So we've got to be happy. You've got to be happy, regardless of whatever you feel, etc., what you know, etc. But again, and these are the kind of games, etc. Win the title. We go and win the title. We'll say, look back at the Leeds and Fulham game, knowing that was like, well, my Christ, if we didn't do what we did, etc., we wouldn't have won the title. So, that we won those games. We won the games. We gained 6 points. We didn't drop any points. Again, for instance, our away record this season has been poor. So to win games and even and score 5 goals and only 4 goals from coming from other people rather than Haaland, there's a pluses. So I'm gonna sit down, relax, etc., and kind of do a play rating, etc., for tomorrow. And still got problems with the internet, but I'm fighting through. And you've got to keep. We're still in there, guys. We're still in there. So I'm happy. I've got to be happy. Sun's out. Anyway, guys, I'm going to leave a triple attack from Thailand. Like and subscribe. Tell me what you're thinking. Am I delusional? Am I too blue-minded? For instance, I know I've got blue eyes, blonde, white hair, blue and white. They go together. We'll carry on forevermore. But you've got to keep the faith. Keep strong. Charlie Tango Whiskey Delta. Sit until we die. Red Cat from Thailand.